Am I hallucinating? Ifre's bones, am I glad to see another traveler on this road. Personally, I can't wait to get out of here. Something really strange is going on here. You're going to think I'm crazy, but there's a cave not far from here. My apprentice and I camped there to get out of the weather, and when we woke up, a whole village had appeared out of nowhere, full of elves and homes and everything. Do what you want. One of them asked what year it is. I didn't wait to find out if it was a Daedric trick or if I was just crazy. None of them followed me outside, thankfully. Valenwood just keeps getting stranger and stranger. I might have to change my route entirely. Of course, and it's not one of the Fallen Esti sites, so it's not the Walking City if that's what you're thinking. Their voices sounded Bosmer, but it could be a trick to draw us in. Good luck in there.
It works! It really works! I can't believe it. I finally figured it out. This could change everything. Our Lurcher Guardians, I've found a way to give each of them special powers. To make them more effective, of course. The Guardians protect the village, and now we can imbue each of them with different elemental tactics. And the best part is that building them isn't even hard. It's easy. Well, you see, the husks are the same, grown from local flora. It's the Guardian's guts that make it special. Bring me some thunderbug bellies, dew bugs, and hive seeds from outside the village, and I'll show you how to make one.
The Black Sap Rebellion out of Coremount and its leaders on trial. I never thought I'd see
My
the day.
scouts came back singing your praises. They said the Wood Orcs broke quickly after you killed Chieftain Thragdosh and unleashed the Guardians. I wasn't exactly expecting you to succeed. Seems there's more to you than meets the eye. And you're worried I won't hold up my end of the bargain? No, I keep my promises. You got rid of those parasitic orcs. You've earned the right to petition the Wilder King for an audience. I hope I haven't given you a sense of false hope, though. Bosma around here petition the Wilder King for an audience all the time, and he rarely responds. More than likely, you're simply wasting your time. Suit yourself. Just south of my home, you'll find the petitioning stone. Just touch it. Probably nothing will happen. If he wants to speak with you, though, he'll appear when you touch that stone. I never said it was complicated. Besides, by scaring off those wood orcs, you just might have improved your chances. The Wilder King sees these things, you know. All right, run along now, and may the forest part to reveal your path.
Welcome to my court, outsider. Since you entered my domain, I have watched your actions with keen interest. You have been generous with my people and more patient than I expected. But I still cannot gather one thing. Why have you come? Again, not what I expected. I think I've heard of this Old Merry Dominion, but I don't see how inclusion in this group would appeal to me or to the people in my domain. Aligning with you would only alienate us from others. Interesting. You think we have common enemies? My only enemies are those who would seek to harm Valenwood. Let us test your theory, though. Show me one of these enemies of whom you speak, so I might better understand. Use the other stone pillar, the one on the platform behind us. Touch that stone pillar and an apparition will appear. One of your enemies, as you say. Fight this enemy so that I might see its true nature. I am pleased to be able to lend you strength to face this enemy from your past.
Strike us down, but the veiled heritage always rise again.
Azazi calls this madness.
I sense the darkness in the heart of the one you fought, but he has already been defeated, has he not? And those like him, they may not all share his darkness. You should have me call these people enemies, though. The Veiled Heritance. Yes, I am familiar with this distinction as well. There is one among this group who has come to Valenwood to see me, and I find her curious. Very curious. I'm not inclined to consider her an enemy. She is one who has been blessed with fascinating gifts. Gifts I cannot afford to ignore. You would know her identity, though. I was able to capture one of her memories. Touch the petition stone again, and I will share it with you.
We have much need of someone like you, Ananias.
Yes, young one. We have a problem in the Valenwood that will require your talents specifically.
I would be honored to help however I can.
Opportunity has risen to strike a devastating blow to the Dominion, to divide the Bosma.
The Bosma in Greenshade claim allegiance not to King Camoran, but to a man they call the Wilder King.
Killing this Wilder King will drive the Bosma mad. He is very elusive, though, so I will need your help to find him.
You realize we are entrusting you with an important task, I hope, my dear. Of course, Lady Estrie, you can count on me.
Now you are negotiating with a forest spirit who calls himself a king? With all those floating leaves, Azazi thinks he looks very silly. Do you really think this is going somewhere? Or is it just a waste of time? By the light of John and Jod, this is the craziest thing ever seen. Even Razumdar would have lost his patience by now. If you think all this makes sense, then Azazi is starting to wonder about you too.
As you've just seen, the young girl Aranias is associated with the Veiled Heritance. Until I know more about her, I hesitate to call her an enemy. I will have more insight soon, though. Even now, Aranias is on her way to my throne. So she believes, but there may be a greater truth to her purpose here. You may not like this, but I sense the same is true of you. Like the branches of a grat oak, I believe that Aranias' destiny, my destiny, and your destiny are all intertwined. I cannot yet see how these events will play out, but I do know that like Aranias, you must come deeper into the forest. You must eventually come to my throne, but not yet. Each of us is a strand to be spun into the story of Valenwood. You should seek out the spinner, Marrowan. He can tell us how this story began and where it should end. Yes, traveling through Valenwood is a funny thing. It may take them many days to find the path to my throne. You have all the time you need. Find the spinner's cottage and speak to Marrowan. Safe journeys, my friend.
An outsider. Wait. Ah, you're not one of those wood orcs, thank you, Frey. Welcome to our humble home. You met someone outside, did you? Some people get so frightened they won't talk to us. Yes, there is a village in this cavern. If you would like to hear our story, I'd be happy to share it with you. Promise you won't run away. Our village has a pact with the Wilder King himself. The village goes away, then returns every 100 years or so. Most of the time, our arrival causes no problem. This time, however, it's different. Wood orcs set up camp outside this cave's southern entrance. They've never been here before, and so we've kept quiet, hoping they'd go away. It's been a week, and they are firmly established. My husband Aeronor isn't as worried as I am, though. My husband Aeronor can tell you more. Essentially, we travel to and from this place, thanks to the Wilder King. A caretaker protects things in the village's absence. In fact, we'll choose a new caretaker very shortly. Nearly everyone from the village attends the ritual to choose the next caretaker. No one knows who it'll be until the prior caretaker picks a name. It's held at the Fading Tree, through the central hall of this cave. You should see it! It's very exciting. It's a part of the oath. Ask my husband. He knows much more about it than I do. I prefer to scout and hunt, not tend plants. He'll be at the choosing ceremony. If you hurry, you can talk with him before it starts.
forest realm. I want to see how the world has changed in our absence.
Ah, another visitor. You've arrived at an auspicious time for our village. I am Erenor of Shrouded Hollow. You've met Larneriel. She speaks too freely sometimes, but I will tell you what I can. Our village, as you may be aware, is not here normally. A long time ago, our tree thanes and ancestors swore a sacred oath, to which we are still bound. It's not my place to reveal the nature of the oath. For that, you must speak to our current caretaker, Henadras. If you wait, you might also speak to the new caretaker, when one is chosen. Indeed, it's an honor to be selected. Once the preparations are complete, the old caretaker passes his duties to the new one.
Who are you? How do you know about the fading tree? I'm not without sight. I saw you talk to him, he's right in front of me. How do you know about us? No point to that now, is there? You've entered our innermost sanctum and without challenge. It's clear to me the Wilder King blesses your presence. That means I am bound by our oath to speak with you, no matter how it galls me. We swore to protect the fading tree for the Wilder King and to abide by his rules. In return, he protects our village. Every 100 years or so, the village returns to choose a new caretaker to guard the fading tree on his behalf. The village goes where the Wilder King sends it and allows it to return when the caretaker needs to be replaced. I'm a very old man now. The village returned as it always does. Ever since the last time the village was here, so a bit over 100 years. Fading Tree and I care for each other, and the Wilder King provides my sustenance. I don't understand why the Wilder King let you in, though. I suppose your curiosity excuses your ignorance. The Wilder King does not control this place. He allows us to take care of the Fading Tree in return for his protection. We don't question our oath. We fulfill it. Lonesome? Nah, it's nice to get away from everyone else. It's quiet, peaceful. And the Wilder King comes round now and then. Some might think of them as dreams, but I know he's been to see me. A caretaker's life is anything but dull. The Fading Tree chooses. It guides us towards the next caretaker. Not everyone has the courage, intelligence, and fortitude to undertake this position. Everyone from the village knows how hard it can be, and yet nearly everyone wants to do this. Who are you? How do you know about the fate? I'm not without sight. No point to that. We swore to protect the Fading Tree for the village goes where the Wilder King sends it. It shall begin shortly, if I get a moment to prepare for it. We come together once more to choose the next caretaker. The Wilder King entrusted the Fading Tree to us, and this is part of our oath. My time as caretaker nears its end, and the Fading Tree will choose my successor.
What's happening?
The Fading Tree chooses Erenor. Erenor, you will be our next caretaker.
Me? The tree picked me. I'm honored. I'll do my best.
Come, Erenor. We have much to discuss.
Orcs are attacking the village! Erenor, Candidir, Oriadis, we're under attack! We're under attack. The orcs have attacked. We were caught by surprise. But those still inside are fighting back. You need to distract them. Kill their leader and burn their tents. We'll rescue the villagers. The orcs are camped off the cave's southern entrance. The Wilder King must have sent you to save us. He always protects us. Always. There isn't time to indulge in idle fantasies and what-ifs. Please, help the villagers below. I need a moment to gather what wits I have left.
Greetings.
Always a good attack?